What about you guys?
I just want to hold the lightsaber. So.
Man, yeah,
right?
One time, man.
I could see you as a Jedi.
It doesn't matter if it's Jedi or Sith. I'll take anything.
Right. Just a lightsaber.
Just a lightsaber. Just give me a
man.
lightsaber. Yeah.
Slap those hands together. Let's welcome to the stage Zeno Robinson, number 1. Let's come out. Keep going, whips and cheers. And next up we have Daisuke Tsuji. Keep the claps going, you guys. Keep it going. Heck yeah. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I know it's a bit. Yeah, it's a bit much.
I had to do it. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. We could do the entire panel just twirling.
Yeah, just me like in a circle over there with the microphone.
Every other word.
Right.
It was great.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Guys, welcome to TooManyGames.
Yeah.
It's wonderful
Yeah.
to have you here. Have you been to this convention before?
I have not.
No, this is my first Too Many
First
Games.
times. Yeah.
First
Too
time.
many games.
Too many games.
Okay, I'm not the only one who does that.
Yeah.
Okay. The Too Many Cooks song, but just Too Many Games.
Too many games. We all know this.
Yeah.
This is a voice acting panel, so we're going to talk about voice acting, but I want to start from the very beginning. We'll start with Zeno. You got into acting. It was through the theater, right? Or seeing a theater, is that correct?
That was like where I first was like, this is super
is the
cool,
thing.
and I want to do this. It was a play that I watched in middle school. Like, it was actually my middle school's play. I was forced to watch it, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. I usually don't like being forced to do stuff, but that one turned out well for me.
What was
you
it
remember
about
the
that? Were you like, oh my God, it looks so fun, or?
Yeah, like I was at first I wanted to like draw, like I wanted to like be a manga artist or like a comic book artist or something, and I saw this play and all these kids came like running through the aisles and I was like, I want to do that. I want to like run and jump on the stage. Like as a kid, I was very energetic, so I was always like running and jumping off of stuff. That's what I thought it was. I was like, I want to do whatever that is. And so I immediately asked my counselor. I was like, how do I do that? And they were like, you're already 4 months into drawing. You can't switch. I said, when can I switch? And then she said, I had to wait till like the next sort of segment, the next semester to switch, and that's what I did.
I had a careers advisor at school, and I said, I don't know what I want to do. I love drawing, I love comics, I play guitar. And she went, have you thought about law?
Yeah. Have you thought about like something that pays, like something steady and stable?
Yeah, steady and stable.
Yeah.
And here we are
That's
now.
so funny. Before any of that, I thought about law. Like I liked
really?
arguing. Like as a kid, like I was like an annoying kid. Like in kindergarten, my teacher, you weren't allowed to have gum. So I said no bubble gum allowed. So on the packs of gum, it would say it's chewing gum. So I would be like, I would come to class with gum. She's like, there's no gum. I said, well, no, you say there's no bubble gum. This is chewing gum. It's different. So therefore, you can't enforce that rule. And so like they would call my mom, and then I'd be in trouble. And yeah, so that my mom was like, you should be a lawyer.
I would watch that bubblegum courtroom drama.
Right?
I would kind of
Objection! Technically.
I also like how you boiled down the profession of law to arguing.
Right, yes. That's what I've boiled it down to.
Daisuke, what about you? Like you and acting, like what gave you that thirst for it?
Well, hearing your story, it's very similar. I used to draw in elementary, so that's. I would read manga, I'm from Japan, Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
Doraemon, so.
Doraemon,
yeah,
cool.
that was my childhood. But yeah, I just kind of, as a kid, I would make movies with my brother. My dad got one of those camcorders, and so it was always kind of within me. But in high school, I started taking acting classes and.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little jittery because of all the caffeine. So
No worries.
It's not the drugs.
Do you need to
it's
go
caffeine.
like do some spins?
Yeah. I need to run around. So.
You're good. Jitter away, my friend. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Jitter as much as you want. You guys sit in panels, people see your work, and they see the finished product, right? But
Yeah.
we all know that freelance life. That freelance life
Yeah.
is
Yes.
hard.
Yar.
I've had times myself where I thought, I can't pay the rent this month.
Yeah.
We've all been there. So what keeps you going, even now? What keeps that passion for it going when times get very tough for you guys?
Spite. I must be the best. Therefore, I must get better. It's like an equal combination of spite, but not that kind of spite. The kind of spite that's like, I'm gonna make you regret not hiring me. Ooh, the next person that hires me, ooh, I'm gonna do so good. Oh, just you wait.
Like positive vengefulness.
Huh?
Positive vengefulness.
Yeah, some
Sure.
positive vengefulness.
Yeah.
Not necessarily vengeance, but more like comeuppance. I don't know. But I don't know. Or like what keeps me. I think I just end up being like, well, it's either this or I'm homeless. Like I can't do anything else. Like nothing like excites me like what I do. Nothing brings me the same type of like joy or fulfillment. And I'm always sort of seeking that. And so like I know that it's on this path. So like even if I were to be like, you know what, never mind. Let me like I'll feel it. Like if I see something, I'll get inspired, or I'll be like, I can do that. Ooh. So like it's something in my soul. I'm wired for this.
I get that. What about you, Daisuke?
Yeah, Comic-Cons definitely help. Not just, financially, like if I'm being practical, that's one of the reasons why I do it, but just seeing the fans and talking to them, and it gives me a sense of purpose and I'm on the right track. We do, actors just have a whole bunch of mind tricks that we do to ourselves.
Yeah.
One of them is just, taking the wins where we can get them,
Yeah.
I've had callbacks for stuff that I really wanted, but just the fact that I got a callback, like we have to see that as a win and see that as like, yes,
Yeah,
I'm
we
on the
do.
right. Yeah, even though it's not the job.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Still like, yes, I got a callback.
I got that far.
I got that
That
far.
means something.
That
You never know where it's going to lead because someone
Yeah.
can see you. You might not be right for that project at that time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've had people call me like 2 years down the line, and you're like, oh, okay. And that's a good feeling that you stayed in someone's
Yeah.
mind. Has it happened to you guys?
Yeah, I've had like a lot of callbacks with. I've had a lot of callbacks with. It's so funny that we say that because I had some callbacks with DreamWorks, and they've been like, we've been listening to your stuff for like 5 years, and we love all your stuff, and we really want to work with you. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then I didn't book either of those jobs. And then so I was like, another 5 years. I'll see you soon, DreamWorks. But it happens. Like all the Nickelodeon stuff I worked on was like people who've just been listening to my stuff for like years, and was like, oh, like we're so glad that we finally found a thing that you could be on, because we've been wanting to use you. And that's usually what happens, right? Like it's never really like we'll get the callbacks for the cool things, and there's so many reasons and factors as to why we don't book it that are far outside of our expertise or our talent or our skill. It could be because you're too short, or because your voice is a little too high or low, or whatever. There's like so many minuscule things that like factor in that have nothing to do with like if you were right for the part or if you were good enough. It's just like right place, right time, right person.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What about you, Daisuke? As you take the. What about you? Let's
Yeah. Quick.
quick. That's it. Like chug.
I
What
was
about
gonna
you?
say the
Like in
same
terms
thing.
of things circling back round, have you had people circle back to you?
Circle back to me. I can't think of one at the moment, but it is a lot of like something leading to the next thing. I feel like a lot of my jobs recently is very thanks to Ghosts of Tsushima, because of how well that it did.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
For which you earned a BAFTA nomination.
Oh yeah.
That
Nice.
I know.
What the heck? Oh yeah. I got nominated for a BAFTA.
It was during the pandemic,
Oh,
so
okay.
none of it was real. It didn't actually happen.
Right.
Still must have felt weird.
Yeah.
But also amazing to be recognized. like that.
Yeah, I can't take that for granted. I remember, so that was during the pandemic, and I was in London at the time shooting a show, and I had to be on Zoom for the BAFTA, the award ceremony.
Yeah.
And so we were all in, waiting in the Zoom, and I got to kind of meet Ashley Johnson, and
That's
but
cool.
it was all on Zoom.
Yeah, I understand. You're
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Strange.
It's weird times.
Something that you said, Zeno, about, like you might not be right for the part, too small or too whatever. Well, and it's such a weird industry because you're so judged on the most minuscule of things.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think you've got to be a bit mad, a bit crazy to sort of, do you feel like that sometimes? Like, gosh, like I'm putting myself right out there and you got to have some thick skin.
Yeah. Because I think like when, for some actors, and for a lot of actors, I'm sure, like this is a passion of ours. So it's essentially like every audition, especially the ones you really want, you're essentially telling a person, hey, here's my heart and soul, please like it, And then like, it's hard, like rejection's always hard. Like it's hard to be like, okay, you don't like it, even though that would have been a dream come true, but okay, I'll move on. Like it's its own sort of like heartbreak that you have to sort of deal with and mourn and move on. So like a lot of actors have built in sort of rituals and regimens that they do when they don't get the thing they want, because a lot of us don't. That's kind of like what Daisuke said, like you have to learn to take the wins where you can and move with humility and gratefulness and being grateful to work or being grateful for the people who do say yes to you, right? It's like real life. Like we can't always be concerned with the people who don't want us around or who don't, not like it's a bad thing, right? Not that like it's just like we have to be focused on like the things that are open, the doors that are open to us and the people that are wanting to work with us for now, until we get to work with those people at some other time down the road.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a strange sort of thing. I think as human beings, we're almost, as positive as we try to be, human beings focus on the negatives usually, like, this is bad and I can't do this. But to focus on the positives, do you find that easy yourself, Daisuke, to focus on the positive?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say you said you used the word judge.
Yeah.
To have people judge you, and again, that's not how we should see it. And what you mentioned about like things that are out of our control, it's true. So the two callbacks that I had for a franchise that I can't, we can't talk about it, what I guess, but it's something that I really, really want. It's like my childhood dream.
Yeah.
And callbacks that you feel like, oh, you got close. And I thought about it recently, and I thought about like, all the things that you could have done. The win is the fact that I went in there and did everything I planned or wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And that's all you can hope for.
Yeah.
And because if you did that, they know that you are a good actor, at least, at the very least. So all the things that are out of our hands are usually not judgments, but because I got to be, for Ghosts of Tsushima, I got to be on the other side of the table where I got to be part of the audition process and work off of other actors. And it's like the difference between the person getting the job and not getting the job is stuff like where they're both great, but one is younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, well, if I'm going for a callback and I can't be younger, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so it's like, if there's another role down the line that is perfect for me, maybe I'll get that one. But just can't see it as a judgment. Although the other part of it is I have been a part, being on this side of the table, and there was an actor who were not prepared, who didn't have their lines, and they mentioned like, oh, I was in the Daredevil. Then I was like, what? That has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
You're just mentioning something in your resume.
Yeah.
And
you think just because you did one cool thing that you can come here and like not prepare?
Exactly. So it's like that's something you don't want to do in the room.
Yeah.
So that would be a loss.
That's ego, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to bring that in the room.
Know your shit, basically.
Yeah, know your shit.
Show them why you
Unprepared.
booked Daredevil, maybe.
Right.
God. I wanted to ask the age-old question, right? So the thing that I speak to voice actors who are actors, first and foremost, all the time.
Yeah.
And fans always say, how do I become a voice actor? And it's acting. Like, voice acting is acting. But why do you think people differentiate the two? Because that question gets asked at every panel. There's different answers from different people because our journeys are different. Everyone's journey is different. But why differentiate this is voice acting, that is acting? Because I see it as one and the same.
I think it's about perception and like live action acting tends to be perceived in a different way as a more reputable skill or like even though it's all the same and most voice actors know how to act on camera. I think like because of sometimes how like much of a spectacle a lot of films are and like TV shows, like they're always big budget movies, so there's going to be big budget press runs and big budget everything, and like there are big budget TV shows, so there's big budget press runs and big budget everything. Even though games, for example, are double and triple the budget that most films are now. I think just the way it's viewed in society, it's placed on a higher skill level than I think like voice acting. So people differentiate the two because they think some people think voice acting is more about the voice and more about like a kind of a gimmick as opposed to like an actual real skill with layers and nuance and emotion than TV quote unquote acting. You know,
Well, it's testament to the fact when people come out to see you at your tables, based on your performance and animation and games and things like that, and you're like, those characters you've brought to life mean something. If you were just going, I'm making a funny voice, like that wouldn't track, right? In terms of, kind of like putting your all into, your voice work, were there things that you, I guess, like didn't know as an actor first that you learned when you were in the booth, like learning curves?
Yeah, for sure. So I think at the core of it, acting is acting. Yes. And so even in the voiceover booth, it's, acting. But there are, not tricks, but like things that are different from on-camera acting.
Yeah.
And essentially, it's just your voice.
Yeah.
There's a lot more that you could do with the voice to tell the story, whether it's breathing, audibly.
Yeah.
You might not do that on camera, right?
Right.
But that could help within the voiceover booth. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Are there any other tips?
Just being as specific as possible, and it helps you in on-camera acting as well. Like specificity is like one of the most important, if not the golden rule, to both voice acting and live action acting, to all of acting. If you are really specific about where you are, how you feel, what you're doing, who you're talking to, like the more specific you become, the more honest you are to the situation, and the more like honest the situation becomes as a result. Like if you're running and if you're breathing, you're gonna run the same in live action as you would in animation because the character is doing the same action. So the more specific you are, how big's the hallway, how small is the hallway, how long are you running, it adds to the immersion in each avenue.
I had a random question, just like thinking about the efforts, the effort that you put in. Efforts are different. Efforts are the grunt noises and all of the things. I was interviewing the lovely Rob Wheathoff from Red Dead Redemption.
Oh.
Yeah, great game, and a lovely, lovely guy. I've spoken to him many times before. He said that he was doing efforts like picking a thing up, bending over. But he said it got to the point where he was picking up cans in his kitchen and going, ugh. Like making the effort noises in his house. Like his wife was like, okay. Have you ever, can you imagine? Oh.
Yeah.
Have you ever find yourself like, I don't know, making weird noises or speaking to yourself in your character voices? Things like that, where it bleeds into your real life, I guess.
Well, sounds, it's mostly my age. As I get older, I'm just making more
sounds.
sounds.
I don't do that on purpose.
That's just getting out of bed for me in the morning.
The joints hurt.
I found myself sometimes like stuck in a voice, Or like I have like knee-jerk reactions now. Like if I ever see a Fuecoco, I'm always like, I have to say it. I have to do the Fuecoco voice like whenever I see it. So I don't know why. Every time like somebody will be out and they'll be like, oh look, it's Fuecoco, and I'll go, wow, you know, like I just have to do it. I don't know why. I don't know. It's something that I have to do. It doesn't. It's not that it doesn't work with Crocolore. It's just Fuecoco. I don't know why. But yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, don't grunt randomly, guys, as you're picking up cans from your kitchen and stuff like that. It's not good, not good. In terms of creativity, we're going to go to the fan questions in a second. But in terms of creativity outside of what you do, I wanted to ask you about how you guys stay creative. Daisuke, you write? Are you writing? Is that correct?
Yeah. Right now, well, next week, actually, I'm going to be in Berkeley for the Berkeley Rep Theater for the ground floor lab project. It's just like a week-long workshop.
Great.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm working with my friend Jane. Her musician name is Soraya, and she's doing the music, and my thing is clowning or non-verbal storytelling, which is ironic because it's voiceover. So it's like the other side of it. Yeah, telling a story without words.
That's awesome.
But it's a process. You know?
I'm sure.
It's gonna be a struggle.
I learned a little bit of clown in college.
Oh really? Yeah. We have a lot in common.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. But writing is hard. Speaking of judging, it's like I judge myself so much.
Yes.
And that's one of the things you can't do as a writer. You just got to put it out there and then, edit it slowly but surely.
Yeah.
We're our own worst critics.
Yeah,
I think.
but especially writing. That's why, it's easier for me to. I've been acting for so long, and it's so easy to just interpret other people's lines, and collaborate in that way. But yeah, when it's your own words, it's so much harder.
Oh God, I know what you mean. And so, in terms of being self-critical, Zeno, I think I watched something where you said you're quite self-critical. Apart from, is it Folgado, that you're quite proud of that?
Yeah, Folgado from
You're
Fire
like,
Emblem.
that's the one. You're like, yes.
Yeah,
like,
that's probably the work I'm the least critical about to date.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I just had so much fun, and I super knew the character, and I really locked in, and like I'm usually incredibly critical of my work. Like I'll always watch it back, go, okay, that was whack. Yuck! Why did you take that? To the point where I sometimes bring it into the booth. I'm always like, no, let me do it again. No, let me do it. Because I was like, I know you're gonna take that take, and I'm gonna hate it when I hear it. And I know I trust everybody I work with to not take anything that they don't personally believe in. But I am thankful for a lot of the people I work with who are patient with me. And my actor brain and my critical brain, who can either be like, no, Zeno, that was good, or yeah, sure, man, whatever makes you comfortable, whatever makes you happy, even if they end up going back and taking the thing that I did initially, it just, for my brain, it helps, But yeah, that's my proudest work to date, I think. But I think Junpei's come out since then, but I haven't listened to everything on that one yet, so I'm not sure.
But in terms of, do you write as well, like Daisuke, or do you write? So yeah, what do you do outside of the acting to keep creative?
Yeah, I write. I'm writing this manga called Memento Mori, and I'm hoping. Thank you. Someone has heard of this over there. Okay, I see. I know you. That's Julian. I'm writing a manga. Ideally, it'll be out this year, but it's just such a hard process. And then I'm writing another thing that I want to submit for publication. And I'm also working, speaking of games, I'm working on this, I'm producing this show called Checkpoint the Show. It's like a video game sort of themed talk show. And it's really hard to do, but it's really fun. We talk about a lot of evergreen topics, like the price of gaming, and we've got a big review episode coming out about reviews and how the culture, how everybody feels about IGN or Metacritic or things like that, and attractiveness in gaming. We've got a couple of stuff like that cooking up, so it's gonna be really cool.
Good luck with your other stuff.
Thank you.
We're going to go to fan questions, so let's have a round of applause for the first part of the panel. Thank you, guys. There is a mic right here. Please do not be shy. If you would like to ask a question.
Oh, that's so close.
Yes, it's right here. We can stare everyone in the eyeballs, or not, or not. Everybody,
Brave
if you
people.
queue up here. Thanks, you guys. Let's have the first question whilst everybody's queuing. Hello, my friend. You can come up straight up to the mic. What's your name, please?
First time doing this.
That's okay.
My name's Roy Gallagher.
Ray Gallagher.
Rory.
Rory. Hi, Rory. What's your question?
This is, well, kind of two. Let's start focusing on works in general. What was your first work you can ever remember from the top of your head, and what's your favorite work?
My first work was a little teeny tiny show called Ben 10 Alien Force.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, there's a lot of Ben 10 fans here. It's pretty cool. I played this character named Alan. He was in Alien Force and Ultimate Alien. He was like part human, part Pyronite. It was really cool. My favorite work, I think, I really love this show I'm in called Big City Greens. It just like means the world to me, and it has a really special place in my heart. So it's my favorites for a lot of sentimental reasons as opposed to artistic reasons. So yeah.
Work as an actor or voiceover?
It could be either, just
Okay.
whatever you prefer.
My
As an
first,
actor.
as an actor, it was I think it was actually Cirque du Soleil. I toured Japan with Cirque. Yeah, I was.
Dude, what the heck? How many lives have you lived?
I
You
know,
sound
right?
so
I'm very lucky.
cool.
I'm older than I
You're
look.
so chill.
but
He's just
still-
like, oh yeah, I just did Cirque du Soleil,
Yeah,
and
just
now I'm
Cirque du
gonna do some
Soleil.
clown acting.
No biggie.
Yeah, no
I
biggie.
led a AAA video game.
Yeah.
And, man, what a cool guy. I'm
But
sitting
yeah,
next to.
again, like being at the right place at the right time, they
Yeah.
needed a Japanese-speaking, sort of clowny actor. And yeah, I toured Japan. The clowns pick on me, and then we reveal that I'm like, oh, I was always part of the show. I'm a clown. Yeah. So that was and one of my favorites. But yeah, some of my theater work, I think, I did a show called Cambodian Rock Band. I think that was one of the most satisfying, gratifying work that I've done. Yeah, so that's my favorite.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you.
Rory. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my friend. Straight into the mic. What is your name and question?
Kevin.
What's
And
up,
for
Kevin?
Daisuke,
Hi.
with all the different variations in Ghosts of Tsushima, with the the haikus,
Oh gosh.
is there any particular order one that you enjoyed the most recording?
Oh, I don't remember at all because there's so many variations. But I remember it was like everything, the haiku is supposed to be peaceful. So I would just kind of sit back on my chair and just sort of like, be in that zone and read all of the lines that way. So I can't, please do not ask me to recount any of them.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
There's so many good
They're all
ones.
my favorites.
Thank you so
All of them.
much.
All of them.
Hello, I know you. It's Jonathan, right?
Yes.
Hi, Jonathan. What's your question?
This is for Zeno.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time you were in He-Man?
I do. He-Man on Netflix. He-Man: The Masters of the Universe.
Very underrated show.
Yeah, I completely agree. I played this game with a guy named King Stratos. He was so fun. He was really funny to play. I love that show. And it was cool. That was like a show that I was working on like right before the pandemic hit. Like I went in to my session and it was gonna be like my first group record in a really long time. And I was like, and Yuri will be there, and Kimberly Brooks will be there, and all these other actors will be there. And then I showed up and they were like, go home. And I was like, okay. Yeah, but we did it on Zoom. It was super cool. It was a fun show.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thanks,
watching.
Jonathan.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bring that up. Bring it up.
Please come forward,
There
my
you
friend.
Oh, nice.
What is your name, my love?
My name is Drew,
What's up, Drew?
and my question concerns dubbing.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of a sicko for Japanese video games.
Okay.
So, how much freedom do you get in kind of giving your own interpretation of a character? Because there are kind of a lot of games out there where the English dub interpretation of a character is very different than the original Japanese voices. And in some games where the actors were told to try and copy the Japanese voices, it comes off as very stilted in the English dub, like Metroid Other M or Final Fantasy 13. So what level of freedom do you think is like the best for giving a new interpretation to the character in the English dub?
I think it depends on a lot of factors when it comes to that. I think it depends on the studio dubbing the game, producing the game, making the game, and who that game, either the studio or whoever the localization people are at the actual. So like, for example, Sega Atlas has localization people who will write the localization scripts before they get to the actor. But sometimes there are situations where the studio who's given the green light to do the dub will write the localization scripts for the actors. There are a lot of times when you're working with many different studios, many different people, that many different artistic interpretations of what something could be, what localization is, things like that. There can be times where an actor can say, hey, like in my understanding of this character, or in my understanding of the original intent of the game, the show, the research, there are a lot of actors who like may speak Japanese, who go, oh, I heard this. Is it possible if we can say the line like this to be a little closer to, what the original intention is? And that's up to the director and the localization manager to either yay or nay. Okay. Sometimes you get a yay and sometimes you get a nay. So I think it's a collaboration between the director, the localization manager, and the actor. Sometimes you get, people who are really willing to be a little more flexible, but then there are particular reasons why things are written the way they're written, or why, things come off the way they do. It could be mouth flaps, matching the original Japanese. But now, like, for example, there are certain technologies where the Japanese companies will change the mouth flaps to match what the dub does. Mm-hmm. That wasn't always the case when you were dubbing. So it's such a mixed bag of so many different factors that each case is completely unique and very different.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you so
All right.
much. Thank you. Come on up, friend. Hello there. What's your name?
My name's Harrison. So I have a question for both of you. It's sort of how, and it portrays to both like acting and voice acting. More voice acting, but it's like it's the relationship between the two. How important is like physical appearance, personal health, like how that relates to voice acting as compared to like acting on a stage or acting in front of a camera? Because like I know Hollywood has rigid standards when it comes to things like that. And I've had the notion that the standards aren't really as strict for voice actors, but I could definitely be wrong on that case.
Yeah, I mean, voiceover, definitely you have more freedom. Like, you can imagine what the characters are, and you don't have to look like the character, so there's a lot more freedom to it. But I feel like as actors, we try to, it's all part of our instruments, so I try to really stay in shape and be healthy in every way I can. And obviously, with TV and film, the looks is part of it. So yeah, and then theater, especially if you have a long run, like you have to be healthy, or you might get hurt or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I try to stay healthy as much as I can.
In a very similar way, like all on appearance-based acting is going to be appearance-based. So if you're on stage, if you're on camera, your looks sort of factor into the type of character you play. Right. When it comes to, or certain actors can change how they look or get makeup, or those kinds of actors, sometimes it's like, that actor is so good, I will rewrite this character for them. Or that actor was so good, like, we'll just do this in order to get them to play that role. Voice acting is a little more flexible, where like you don't necessarily have to always match the look of the character, but you do have to stay healthy. That's just the number one in both mediums. Your health is incredibly important. But I'm sure like if a company wants you, they'll work with you, and it's not like they'll like, you're sick, or something, there's no like discrimination there health-wise. Right. I think like as long as you can perform and you're like you're not harming yourself by working, like people will work with you.
All right. Thank you for your question.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my friend. Remind me of your name again.
It's Riley.
Okay.
And I met both of you yesterday. I was the guy with the shadow shirt. With
Nice.
the Metal Gear Sonic
I like
shirt.
the Persona shirt you got on.
Yeah, it's really good.
Cool.
And also, I mean, you said yesterday you didn't play this game yet, but for Daisuke specifically, but what's it like finally being part of the Yakuza universe as Shigaki? Like, it's fun.
You're in Yakuza?
Yeah, he's
that one.
Shigaki,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I was going to mention that with the dubbing, because I had to dub for that. What is it like? What is it like?
Yeah, it's finally part of that universe. 'Cause it must be a real honor to be part of that universe.
Yeah, it was very exciting, and very much an honor to be part of it. Yeah, that was to answer kind of the question about dubbing. Because I understand Japanese, so I would listen to the original performance and then I would perform it.
Yeah, like
and I felt like
that.
the director wanted something a little different from it, so because the Japanese was a little like lower sounding, voice. But the director was like, no, we kind of see him as this, and I was like, okay, sure, and I just had to follow directions, and I did it. Yeah. But I haven't played that game yet, but I'm looking forward to playing it.
Is it Zero, the new one?
No, it's Pirate Yakuza.
Yeah.
I mean, both those games were recorded like
Pirate
simultaneously from what I know,
Yakuza.
but
Pirate Yakuza.
In Hawaii.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, okay, I know the one you're talking about now. Yeah, and a lot of that stuff has to get approved, right? Like a lot of there's nothing, I don't think there's most anything like the localization department can do without getting approval from the original creators in Japan too, so.
Yeah.
Like you and I getting cast in a game like that would have to be like listened to and approved of by the team.
Right. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Thank
I
you.
have to play that
Ryan.
now that I know that you're in there.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, look out for him. His character name is Shigaki. Look out for him.
Thank you so much, my friend. Hello again. Remind me of your name. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
What's your name again?
Oh, this is Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
It's nice to see you too.
Good to see you.
Especially with you, Zeno.
Hi.
Hello. Okay, so my question is to the both of you. My question is, when it comes to a video game project, who would you say is your favorite person to work with, and why would you say about that person?
Oh, you're saying pick one person out of all my friends?
Nate Fox for me, because Nate Fox from Sucker Punch is for me.
Oh, cool.
Nate Fox and Billy Harper. They're both Sucker Punch.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Dang, it's so hard to pick one. Who my favorite person to work with is? Like an actor or like a team?
I would say an actor.
Oh, an actor.
Man, I just love being in stuff with my friends. So like, I usually end up finding myself cast a lot like next to like Alex Lee or Alejandro Saab, Inez Quinones, like AJ Beckles, Allegra Clark. Me and Allegra share a bunch of roles. A bunch of roles. We share a bunch of projects together.
Do you get to be in the same booth at all ever?
No.
No.
Unfortunately, no. I'm hoping like one day we can, but I think sometimes the technicality of sometimes of making games like doesn't allow you to. But anytime I'm in a project and I know it's a friend in the cast, it always makes it a great time. It's like so hard to just like narrow it down to like one or two people. But I always love like sharing. Me and Stephen Fu end up in a bunch of stuff together. It's always a good time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to the both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, my friend. What is your name and question?
Hey, name's Drew, also known as the Envoy of Kairos.
Yo.
And I've got a question for all three of you. Every actor, whether it be on screen or behind a mic, tends to have one role in mind that is their absolute dream role, one that would make their life if they could actually get it. I want to know what that is for each of you.
I'm not an actor, but you said all three of us. But I'm a host. My dream role would be having my own chat show.
Yeah. You will do it. I so believe in that.
I want to be the Scottish Conan.
Yeah, you definitely will.
What about you guys?
I just want to hold a lightsaber. So.
Man, yeah.
Right?
One time, man.
I could see you as a Jedi.
It doesn't matter if it's Jedi or Sith. I'll take anything.
Right. Just a lightsaber.
Just
give you a lightsaber.
Just give me a
man.
lightsaber. Yeah.
I would love to play Static.
Yes.
from DC.
Yes.
That's like my number one thing. Thank you. That's.
Wait, there's rumors they're working on reviving that. Maybe they'll call you up.
Thing, I'm right here. I'm ready.
Cool. Thank you. Great question. Thank you so much. Thank you, my friend. Hello, my dear. Straight up to the mic. What is your name and what's your question?
My name's Ian.
Hi,
And
Ian.
this is a question for Zeno.
What's up?
So what was your most memorable part in playing Go in Pokemon Journeys? And also, how was your dynamic with Casey during the Squirrel Bunny and Raboot phase of that show?
I love Casey. Casey and I first started. We messaged each other about Pokemon when we both found out we were both going to be in it. Casey was like, "I'm your Squirrel Bunny." I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool." My most memorable part, I think when I first walked into Play Go, and I had grown up watching Pokemon. I had grown up on the show, and walking in the room for the first time and seeing the Pokemon sort of watermark over the video, and then saying that "Oh, I'm Go from Viridian City" and I was like, wow, I remember the Viridian City, the city from the games, from the show, and from the song, from the To Be a Master CD, and I was like, I can't it kind of hit me all at once at that moment that I'm working on the next Pokemon. And I think that was always will stay with me. So it was really cool.
Thank you. Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
And just real quick, Casey's on Twitch right now. So
What?
I have a chance to tell him what I just asked.
Oh, nice.
And just real quick to the host, my family is visiting Scotland right now. They're in Edinburgh and Inverness.
Oh, Edinburgh and Inverness.
Inverness, yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm from Glasgow, so we're from the West Coast, Best Coast.
Yeah, I'll have to ask if they were in that area specifically, but they've sent me pictures. It's beautiful. The ancient castles are beautiful. I wanted to throw that in real quick.
Well, if they go to Glasgow, they can visit my dad's Chinese supermarket.
Chinese supermarket. Okay, I'll ask them.
So much
Thank you all, and God bless.
Take
You as
care.
well. Thank you.
I have to do the promo for my dad. Every time I can say it, I'm like, go visit Lim's Chinese supermarket in Glasgow. Okay, Dad.
Gotta
send the money.
plug.
Hi there, what's your name?
I'm Ben.
Hi, Ben.
First, I'm gonna start with a statement. Zeno, my girlfriend is very jealous that I'm standing in the room with Hawks
Yeah.
right now.
Nice.
My question for you: how did it feel to work with Funimation on Gamma 2, and how did it feel to give the best send-off for a character I've ever seen?
Thank you. Yeah, it was a very similar situation to Pokemon, where Dragon Ball was another thing that I grew up watching, and it's one of those things Pokemon 2 you just never think you'll be in, because you're that's such a legacy thing. They probably have all the voice actors they need or they'll ever want, and there's it felt like there was this barrier of entry. But man, what a crazy story. I was in New York.
That's where I'm from. I'm from
on
New
vacation.
York. Shout out to New York.
Shout out to New York. You're from New York? I was in New York on vacation, and I get this call, and it's Chris Sabat. He's like, "Hey man, I've got this thing that I can't tell you, but I've got this character that I think you'll be perfect for. I just need you to send an audition right now." And I was like right now? He's like, right now. And I was like, okay. So I went back to my Airbnb and I set up all my stuff and I sent this audition. And I was suspicious if it was a Dragon Ball movie because the trailers had already come out. So I was like, I wonder, maybe, but I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up. But then booking it and working it, it was just a dream come true. I got to record it in Texas, so I was there with Sabat, who was directing me, which is insane. And it's an insane sentence. And all my scenes were with Piccolo, so I'm like, man, I'm in the scene. I'm sharing a scene with freaking the Piccolo, right? It was so insane. And so the last sort of part of the film. He's got this big scream at the end.
That scream, man.
Yeah.
That scream.
and I knew after it, it was the last thing he was ever gonna do. So I knew I wanted to make it really impactful. And so I do one take, and it was good, and they were all happy with it. And Sabat's like, yeah, it was really great. And the engineer Raleigh's like, oh yeah, we'll throw some effects on there, blah blah blah. It's gonna sound so good. And I was like, let me do one more. And they're like, are you sure? I was like, yes. And so I threw one last one with everything I had, and that was the one that was in it. And I was like, if I'm gonna be in Dragon Ball, I gotta do it right. So I was like, I don't care if I lose my voice. I don't care if I break it forever. It's Dragon Ball. And yeah. Luckily I didn't break it forever, but it was a really cool experience.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
Thank
also
you.
my dream role. So,
Yeah? Nice. You'll get there, man. You'll get there.
Thank you. Great shirt, by the way. Love the colors. Hello, what's your name, my friend?
My name is Brandon. People call me Beat On too. A question for Zeno.
What's up?
So I know the day's kind of passed, but it is still the month of Juneteenth. And I know from following you for years now, you're always champion black voice actors and up and coming.
Yeah.
So you want to just take a moment and just shout out some your friends in the voice acting space who are black.
Cool. Thank you. You said, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Just like, if you just take a moment, just shout out a couple like your friends and like other people.
Shout out
other like black voice actors.
Black voice actors. Of course. There's of course I love them very much. AJ Beckles and Inez Quinones. They're like two of my favorite people in the world. Kevin Thelwell, he's based out of Texas. Really great guy. Nia Celeste, they're also based out of Texas. If you watch Dragon Ball Daima, you'll have heard them as the young Supreme Kai. Nassim Belkanor is also out there. He's Moroccan, so I think he kind of counts. But he's also young Piccolo, also like another up and comer. Oh my goodness, Corey Wilder, an excellent actor. They are also in this new anime that's coming out called Gachiakuta. It's going to be so good.
You're in that one too, right?
Huh?
You're in that one too.
I'm in that one too, yeah. I play this character named Jabber. Corey, they're going to be excellent. Daniel Walton, he's based in LA. So a great actor. He's got this really rich, deep voice. Evan Michael Lee, Bill Butts. There's so many. Ashley Biskey. There's so many people. There's such a really rich, beautiful community of up-and-coming actors of color that I love. Yeah, it's so cool. Thanks for asking.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, my friend. What is your name and question?
My name is Dale. First of all, Daisuke, Zeno, thank you very much for your insightful answers so far.
Oh, thank you.
So my question for you would be, so for a little context, I work a full-time job along with doing contracted jobs over at a community theater, and I noticed that it's very easy to burn out by devoting all of your time just to work. So throughout your careers, have you experienced any burnout? And if so, what would you recommend are like the do's and don'ts to like exercise that like time management easier?
Oof. I'm burnt out right now.
Yeah.
No. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. When I do, well, how about I've been yapping. Do you want?
I'm not much of a yapper anyway, but I mean, because I don't really have a long answer. Yeah, I'm still figuring it out, to be honest. Yeah, I just got I go to therapy. I
Not
see a therapist.
therapy, everybody. Yes.
And she suggested an app called Todoist, and so I started that. I don't know if it's gonna work. I feel like I've started and stopped a lot of different things.
My ADHD,
especially time management.
Yeah. My ADHD will not mesh with something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wish that there was like an app that makes life like a video game. Because then I might accomplish a lot more. If your life was like a whole bunch of side missions, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I have to do laundry. That's my
That's
mission.
so cool.
Now.
And then you complete it, and then you get like experience points, like
in-game,
or
like
prizes.
a trophy. You know, like if like make a new friend is like this year's
that's
trophy or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I use the experience points in like, I don't know, Walmart or something? Like, can we like make
I know.
them?
How do we maybe
How do we cash them in?
Yeah. Well, like it'll be like you'll get a coupon. You know?
I tried doing yoga because I'm traveling all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I'm doing like the downward dog or something, and then I'm like, I need to change the litter tray, and I need to get some bread. Like my brain never shuts off.
Same.
That's the problem.
I try to like listen to my body as much as possible. If your body is saying like you do nothing, then do nothing. Like if you're like if you go home and you're like, oh, I just want to play a video game, but I got all this stuff to do, maybe like play that video game for like a little bit before you get to all that stuff, you know? Like I try to really listen, even if it's like small things, like I want a chicken sandwich today. Like I try to be like, I'm gonna get that chicken sandwich then. That's what I really want. And just like tiny little things like that, that's like self-care, I think will help like alleviate burnout. But the best thing probably is just rest, man. Like if you have a weekend, like, and you go, well, it's my weekend and all my friends want to hang out, like maybe say no. Yeah, maybe like just stay in. Or they can come to you. Be like, I can't hang out, but if you want to come to the pad, have a bag of chips, you know? Yeah, that's what I'd say.
All
So
right.
Zeno's basically saying, listen to the voices in your head.
Yeah. Sometimes they're right.
Sometimes they're all right.
Sometimes they're right.
And sometimes they're wrong.
Sometimes they're very wrong, but sometimes they're right.
It feels right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that
Well,
question.
thank you so much for your answer.
If the voice is telling you to do something positive, listen to that one.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, we've got 5 minutes and 3 for 5. Okay, speed
We can
round.
do it. We can do it.
We can do
I believe in
this.
us so much.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Christopher, and for Zeno, I really love your performance in Persona 3.
Thank you.
Was there anything like going into Junpei or anything, any notable moment that stands out to you as your favorite?
Any moment playing Junpei that's my favorite?
Yeah.
Oh man, the Chidori scene. It's the famous Chidori scene. It got all this updated animation, and I got to really dig into that scene, and I think it really resonated with a lot of people. Hopefully, ideally, but it really resonated with me. I got to get a lot out in that scene, so I really, really loved doing that specifically. So it was really cool.
They really did reload like all that like nicely with all the animations and stuff. It was really nice. But
Yeah.
Thank you for your performance.
Oh, thank you for playing.
Hello, my friends. Come on up. Straight into the mic. What's your name and question?
My name is Ryan, and this is a question that can go to all three of you. For somebody who likes to mess around or as a hobby do things like voice acting, but doesn't exactly know how to maybe put more time or effort into it, what would you say are good ways to practice with voice acting or acting in general? Would you say that, you know, maybe booting up a game and like trying to voice characters for yourself, or maybe doing little voiceovers like a lot of people do on Twitter with different like videos or things? Would these be the primary things, or are there other things that you suggest that you think are the best methods of practicing voice acting?
I'm not an actor, but I can talk about it from a host point of view because I've been doing this for a long time. I'm very old. Dressing like a 10-year-old is the secret to longevity.
Agreed.
1,000%.
I mean, look at my fit.
Oh, yeah. Never grow old. Dress for the age you want, not the age that you have.
Exactly.
For hosting, if any of you out there want to host and do this, or I've worked in front of the camera and then radio, I started going out there and interviewing bands when I was a teenager, when it was the days of fanzines. That's a long time ago, like the written stuff. And then I got into sort of writing for film magazines and things like that. And getting out and doing it, like go and do it. And it doesn't matter how many people watch you or don't watch you. I just kept doing it because I loved it so bloody much.
Yeah.
And I followed the passion, and my parents tried to divert me, and I never listened to them.
Yeah.
And here I am in Pennsylvania, Mom and Dad. But I love it, and I've never stopped loving it. So I would say follow your passion.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Do it, but like do it in front of other people, whether it's classes or doing it just you know. Yeah, keep doing it in front of other people.
Literally, just keep practicing. Like anywhere you can, comic books, games, whatever. Like just keep doing it. And if you're consuming those things, if you're listening to it, if you're watching it, watch to study. Don't just watch to consume. How did they do that? How did they make me feel that thing when they said that thing in that way, and try to replicate that? You know, where is that inside of you?
Yeah, and obviously, I guess the last thing would definitely get, not just internalize it, but get feedback from others is definitely the big thing.
Oh,
to do.
yeah.
And ask your friend. I think of a big thing. I'm like, I might just ask my friends or anything like that.
Yeah,
if I
see what they think and tell them to be honest.
Yeah, because it's a lot of fun, and I think even from what I hear from you guys, it sounds like it's one of the most fun things you could ever do.
Yeah. It's there's no point if it's not fun.
Yeah, of course. No point if it wasn't fun. No point if it wasn't challenging. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good question. Thank you. Hello. Right, we're running out of time, but let's just try to get through everybody. What's your name and what's your question?
Hello, my name is Max, and I have a question for Mr. Daisuke.
Okay.
So, of course, you were the role of Scorpion in Mortal Kombat 1.
Yes.
Great job, by the way.
Thank you.
But I wanted to ask, because, you know, that character has, you know, decades worth of history behind them.
Yeah.
And a very iconic character. So I just wanted to ask, how did you feel when you were, you know, doing that? Did you feel like any pressure because it's such a good legacy character?
Yeah, I try not to think about it too much about the pressure because, you know, there's a lot. It helped that the MK1 is a, you know, kind of a reboot, so he's like a new, you know, version of him, so that helped. But yeah, you know, just I watched I try to do a lot of research, watch the past performances, and try to be as respectful about the character, you know, So I try not to think about the pressure and just did my best.
Oh, just
Cool.
just
You did
focused on
great.
it basically.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Max. Thank you. Come on up, friend. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Taylor, and my question is, for anyone trying to like get their foot in the door with voice acting, what's your advice for like starting out, like those beginning steps?
Just put yourself out there. Like, the doors will open on their own as long as you keep, as long as you keep putting yourself out there. So studying, getting the demo, taking the classes, doing the work. You do the work, the door will open.
Yeah. Because everybody has their own path. It's so different. So there's no one right way to do it.
All right, yeah, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you so much. We're making it. Hello, friend. What's your name?
My name is Max, and I just want to say this is a question for Zeno. 1, you're an awesome dude.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome.
So are you.
2, great name. 10 out of 10, no notes. And 3, who do you think is more fun to voice? The calm, collected Hawks from My Hero Academia, or the angry, unhinged Genya from Demon Slayer?
Man, I'm sorry. I have to say the angry, unhinged Genya. It's, I just think like angry, unhinged characters they're more cathartic to play. Have you ever just like yelled for 4 hours? You leave so calm. You're like, see you next week, guys.
It's their own therapy. It's a therapy session.
Yeah. Fox is cool. He's the easiest to play because I understand his psychology so much. Not that I'm personally that cool, but he's just like a simpler character to understand. But like Genya, he does this with his voice, and that's always more fun for me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max. Last but not least, what's your name?
My name is Christopher.
Hey.
Hi. Question for all 3 of you. Can you guys name a song that will best describe each one of you?
Best describe what?
Best describe a song.
A song that best describes each one of us. I'll start, and then it gives you time to think, because I have one. I love music. It's my first love. I've got 10 million songs in my head, and the voices as well. It's a band from North Carolina from the 90s called Polvo, Polvo. They're like a really alternative band. And the song is called In This Life. And whenever I'm feeling like I can't go on or I'm a bit confused, I love the lyrics. Some of the lyrics are, don't be afraid to paint a picture of yourself. You don't have to make it look like anybody else in this life. You can fall down in this life. You got to get off the ground. And that is those lyrics every single time. I'm like, get up, Claire, let's go. And so that would be mine, 1,000%.
Yeah, I grew up in the 90s, and so I listened to Bare Naked Ladies, and they just stuck with them. They're so old now, and they're like dads. And I'm not a dad, but like I still listen to their music. But I think so any of their songs, but one of them is Odds Are. I'm sure this is not the best choice, but they're so positive. They're so Canadian. And so,
that's inspiring. That's inspiring.
Yeah, and it's great. Yeah. So so that's probably one of the songs that
cool.
really.
Mine's really dark. It's called Human Sacrifice by Childish Gambino.
Oh my God.
It's such a good song. It's a song that makes me feel like deeply. And I always appreciate songs that do that. I won't go into why, but like if you ever take a moment to listen to it, I think it's a really, really gorgeous song. It's so pretty, and I deeply relate to it. So yeah.
It's a good last question.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a great question.
I love knowing people's music taste. We've definitely got 3 different flavors on this panel. That's for sure. Can we have a round of applause for the fan questions first?
Yeah.
They were so good.
So good.
Excellent questions. Excellent. You guys are here all weekend?
All weekend.
I leave soon.
You leave soon, so go to his table
Yeah,
if you want to talk to him, because he's leaving soon.
Yes, play. I love how Zeno's got a mic, but he chose to shout.
He's leaving soon, so go see him
But
before
you'll be
he's
here
gone.
tomorrow.
I'll be here tomorrow, but then I'll be leaving soon tomorrow. So if you're waiting to see me tomorrow, get there early. I promise I'll be there early too.
Guys, have you enjoyed the panel? Yeah.
Yes. Yay.
Give up.